So now we have the dog all ready to use. The next thing we want to do is just to transfer him onto our actual design and get him down to the right size. So to do this we can, quite simply, if we just grab the layer here, holding down the left mouse button, we can virtually grab this layer and just drop it down onto our design. If I let go here, you can see the dog appears as if by magic, and he's very large, and he's also hidden under other layers which we don't want. We want him to be right up at the top, so we can go in, just grab the thumbnail, again holding down the button. If we just drag it up to the top here, you can see when you get close to the top of the layer stack, it will actually automatically scroll up and down for you. Then it goes down, we get to near to the top, it drags up. So we're just going to drop that now up at the top there, just so it's the top layer, so it's above everything else. We'll just grab the move tool. I can move him around. We can see that the path has done an extremely effective job for us. Nice black edge around there, even at this size. That will be even better once we get it sized down. And to do that, to get it to the correct size, we are going to transform this layer, and that gives us options to size, rotate, add perspective and things, but for now we're just going to be sizing this down. So what we're going to do is we go to File, and we'll go to Edit, and we go down to Transform, and we'll select Scale there. And as you can see, this brings up some lines around the layer with handles on, and if I just move over to this one, you can see the icon changes, and that allows us to just stretch the layer or make it wider or thinner, which is not exactly what we want. So I'll just edit and undo that, get it back to the original size. If we just grab this layer and move it around, we can see what we have at the top, two more handles, and these actually allow us to size the thing down proportionately. And to do that we need to hold down the shift just to constrain the movement, so for every movement down it also stretches it across widthwise. So if we just grab this handle and move it down, we can see that it's actually sizing this down proportionately now. Just let go of shift and grab that layer again just to bring it up so we can see what we're doing, and again grabbing the corner handle and holding shift will size that down further, and that's not too far off. So if I just grab this layer and move it up to position, what we want is the top of the layer, where the top of the dog's ear is, to be somewhere near the top of the page. So we can leave that up there and simply grab from the bottom now to get the correct size. So if we just grab there, again holding down shift, we'll just get it so the dog's feet slightly goes onto the white, so it's slightly bigger than the header itself. We'll say around there. And once you're happy with the size, the transformation, just press enter, and that makes the transformation complete. So if I bring up, I'll just minimize this file for now, and I'll just bring up the finished design. We can see that that's roughly the same, apart from on this one the dog's foot is very slightly lower than it is on here, whereas on this one they're quite level, and that's because the dog on this design has been rotated slightly, which is what we're going to do now. So going back to edit and transform, we can see that we have the rotate option here. Now I'm not going to click on there, I'm just going to show you the keyboard shortcut for this. So if I just click back on there, making sure we have the dog layer selected, I'm going to press Ctrl and T on the keyboard, and that brings up the same edit controls there, just a lot quicker. Now to get the layer to rotate, what we need to do is just to move our pointer to the outside of this layer, and as you can see the icon changes depending where we are on the outside of the layer, and that's the rotate icon. So you can just grab anywhere on the outside like this, hold down the mouse button, and I can rotate that layer anywhere I like. So I want to do it just so that the dog's feet are level, so I can just move it up, use one of these guides as a, well, appropriately as a guide, and we'll just make sure the feet are approximately at the same place, which is great. And we can see now that the ear just goes above the edge of the page, which is not what we want. So while we've still got the rotate tool active, we can actually still scale as well if we grab one of these corner handles. So what I'm going to do is just grab one of those, hold down shift again so it constrains the sizing, and just drop that down so that the ear now is still on the page. Once we're happy with that, we can press enter, and there we have it. The dog is on the header. I'll just move him around to where we like. We'll just bring up the original. Where was he? Not too far off the edge, which is pretty much where we have him there. So next we're going to add the shadow underneath the dog and the little drop shadow that we have on the design here too. But that's in the next video.